morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in podcast land. Brendan Cunningham, the real estate doctor for EXP with Matt Paul. That's Matt Paul. We're going to talk about all the things that you really wanted to know about. Mm-hmm. Prices going up.
Prices are going up.
Yeah, they are. Let's see about prices going up. I did the deal last week, and typically I'll tell buyers what to expect. I said, the prices are pretty much going anywhere from 10 to 15% over the asking price.
Yep. Yeah.
Plus went over. This one was competitive, but it was only about 6.5% over the asking price. So what we're seeing is we're still seeing multiple offers. We're still seeing prices going over the asking price, but not as much.
Yes.
However, that being said, I shared that story with Joel, our fearless leader, and he did an offer. He was 80,000 over.
Wow.
Bum.
Wow.
He was a bum.
Really? Didn't get it?
He didn't get it.
Wow. What was the price? The list price?
340.
Wow.
Excuse me, 440.
Okay. Wow.
But it went 100 and something over.
Yeah, so we're experiencing this in Western New York. You'll hear nationally.
National numbers are different.
Totally different.
We're going to talk about
that. Yep. Where there's, a little bit more price reductions going on, but we're still just dealing with the lack of inventory big time here.
Supply and demand.
Yep. That's all it is. Simple.
And people want to live here because this is a nice place to live in spite of the fact that we're not perfect, in spite of the fact that our government is terrible. Mm-hmm. But people like it here. I like it here. Yeah. I really get a kick out of it here.
Yep. Yes, we're still seeing that multiple offers. I think that unless we get a massive spike in inventory, which
no reason for it.
I can't really see that happening. We're going to kind of anticipate to experience this the rest of the year.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I was sort of chuckling at. I was listening to one of the political pundits downtown. Everyone, if you in politics, you have to have a certain number of mantras these days. Mm-hmm. Affordable housing. Yeah. I'm for affordable housing. We're going to fix affordable. Okay. It's a consummation devoutly to be wished.
Yeah.
However, let's think about this for a second. In the next 5 years, is anything going to be done to really solve affordable housing in this country by any government agency?
I haven't heard anything close.
Nothing. Yeah. Zero. We're going to still 5 years ago say, I'm for affordable housing.
Well, you remember we had the one mayoral candidate on that said, the affordable housing in Buffalo right now are $600,000 a unit to build, and the waterfront are 1.2 million. So that's far from affordable housing.
Yeah, it's not affordable for people that we normally know.
Yes.
But so that's a political football, and it's better. All right. So in the last week, we had the situation in the Middle East.
Yep. Yeah, it's still going on.
Still going on. Gas really went up fast.
Yeah.
Never go up that fast in my life. However, let's think about this. It reminds me. I have a good friend. He was a hero in the 6-Day War with Israel back in the 60s, I guess 68. And I was asking, I said, wow. I said, and he got like their version of the Medal of Honor. He was really a big shot. And I said, wow, 6-Day War. And he says, you guys really took care of it. He says, well, it can only be 6 days. He says, Israel's a tiny country.
Yeah.
it's like Erie County.
Yeah.
How long does it take to go back and forth? In the Middle East, how much longer can this go on?
Yeah,
People say, it's going to go on forever. They're done. I mean, they bombed everything in sight. Mm-hmm. And yes, gas went up. It did.
It's mainly to that Strait of Hormuz.
The Straits of Hormuz, it's going to be rectified in I don't want to say no time at all, but much faster than people think.
And they just released 400 million barrels of oil into the world
from the reserves.
And, so they're taking some steps, but we haven't felt it yet.
No, but the gasoline did go up, but it truly is a temporary condition for sure. Mm-hmm. And that's you really have to look at history to understand how they can't keep this. They've got nothing left.
Yeah.
They're gonna be throwing camels at them pretty soon. Not good. But so there's stuff going on in the market. We have. What's his name? Lawrence Yun, the economist for the Association of Realtors, coming to town. But he put a number out there the other day. Nationally, prices are continuing to go up year over year, but not as dramatically as everyone has been chatting about. Mm-hmm. It only went up 1.8% year over year. That's as of February. It's not significant.
No.
But the point is, it didn't go down.
Yes.
Okay. And it wasn't double-digit appreciation.
Yeah.
But we're still seeing things continue to go up. And, as I said to the buyer that I had on this transaction that only went 6.5% over the asking price, I said, I got to tell you something. You stole this house. You stole it. Yeah. I said, good deal. There's no place to go but up. And I think he really did steal it. I think he got a good deal on it, and he was sharp enough to step up to the plate.
Right.
So
that's what you need. You need to have a good advisor as well.
You know what? And I did my part. I'm going to give myself some points on this. I really got into a good rapport with the other agent.
That's so important.
You know what's so important, and most people miss that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say most agents miss that. We are in this electronic age, and we want to send things over and not talk to
text,
people.
not call.
Pick up the phone. So now I have a relationship with this. I had a relationship with him before, but now I have a better relationship, and he knows that I can deliver the goods. And that's what an agent wants.
Yeah.
Yes, they want the best for their client, but they also want to make sure that they're going to close on this transaction and they have confidence in the other agent. And that's why it's important to build rapport with the other agent.
Yeah. And a lot of sellers will ask you that. They'll say, ask if you're representing the seller, have you ever worked with this agent? Have you ever had an issue? Do they get the deal to close? So I think that's
and it's actually when you deal with a good agent. I always run a little drill whenever I teach a class at the association. I'll say, all right, listen, I want you to do this. I don't want names, but I want you to think of a guy or a person that you've done a deal with, a transaction with, that you never, ever, ever want to do another transaction with. Don't tell me who it is. Yeah. Everyone laughs.
Yeah.
They say, I got 7.
At least one.
Everyone has at least one. I said, you just don't want to be that guy.
No, you don't ever want to.
Everyone wants to be the person that you want to work with. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to do another deal with you.
Yep.
Can't wait. Yeah, I mean, it's a different way of doing business, and everyone wins.
Yes.
Everyone wins.
Yep.
I like
and you get to the finish line.
You get to the finish line. And I always like to remind people, in a real estate transaction, pretty much almost always, there are no good surprises.
Yeah, no.
They're all bad surprises.
Yeah, normally.
And we don't want surprises. So
maybe one good, just to be on the positive side, would be if the house really overappraised.
Oh yeah, but we kind of expect that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll leave things behind that were actually pretty valuable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Leave a lawnmower behind. Well, you can have it or something.
Yeah, to the convenience of the seller.
I don't really want to take the tractor with me. You can have it.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing when they leave garbage.
No, or junk in the attic.
Junk in the attic. Yeah, oh man, I got junk in some of my attics.
Yep.
But so I don't say it's business as usual, but it's kind of a normal.
Yeah.
I mean, we're used to this. We've seen the highs and the lows, but what's nice about Western New York is you don't have the super highs.
Yeah, no.
And if you have the super highs, you will have the crash.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that we really have here.
Yeah, never.
Now, I don't know about never, because I wasn't here when they had the steel mills going.
Yeah, so that's beyond.
That may have been not so good. I don't know. I don't remember, but no one talks about it, so maybe it wasn't a big deal. Maybe it was just business as usual back then.
I know we had a mass exodus when Bethlehem closed. The population.
I think they had 30,000 employees.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, where are these guys going to go? We don't have any more steel mills.
Yeah, and then all the little mom and pop shops around there that catered to the people that worked there. I'm sure a lot of those went out of business.
Yeah, and now the only reason to go over by there is to
Mulberry's.
Go to Mulberry's, man.
Great Italian restaurant.
Italian restaurants anywhere.
Yep.
And I found out where they got their sausages from.
Oh, look at
that! I got it.
It's insider information.
I did, but I had a side order of sausages just because I wanted them, and I said, "This is the best sausages I have ever eaten in my life." And they said, "Where do they get them from?" And they told me. I said, "I went over there the next day." I said, "I want the ones that Mulberry." Oh yeah, right over here.
You found the source.
And they don't use hot; they only use sweet.
Yeah. Yep.
I like the hot ones, but the sweet ones they're pretty good.
Yep.
Very good.
Can't go wrong.
So, all right. So, open houses.
No, I have a new commercial listing coming up. That's mixed use. Was a bar restaurant on the first floor, a couple apartments on the second floor. It's in okay shape.
Where?
It's over on Clinton, and Clinton and Emsley.
Kaisertown?
No, Clinton and Emsley. So it's like it's more, I would say, Larkinville, like right on the edge of Larkinville. Yeah. Yep. So I have that coming up in the next week or so.
Larkinville is a fascinating area.
It's really improved.
It's fascinating. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but it's fascinating. They got some really cool bars down there. But the thing that really put Larkinville on the map were the trucks.
Oh, the food trucks.
The food trucks.
At Larkinville.
Larkinville. If you wanted food trucks, that's where you had to go. Whatever it was. Yeah. And I can remember, I got to go. I remember. I went, not Mighty Taco.
No, Lloyd's. Probably.
Lloyd's Taco. They had the truck.
Yep.
I got on the line, and the line was like forever.
Oh yeah.
But I'm a good guy. I'm not pushing and shoving.
Not cutting in line.
I'm not cutting the line. I'm not making an incident like in the airports these days. Ground me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I waited, and then I finally got up there, and the one thing that I wanted, we're all out of that. I didn't want the other things.
Oh, and you waited 45 minutes in line?
45 minutes in line, right? And then I said, I'll go to another. So I got on another line, and I wound up getting a hot dog.
Yeah. Hey, that's what you get.
I don't understand. I'm paying $20 for a hot dog here. I don't get it.
Yeah, I heard that was really busy, and most people that went, had to wait.
Oh yeah, it's a thing. I think it's a generational thing.
Yeah,
maybe I'm the wrong generation, but it doesn't make a difference because Larkinville's on the map.
Yeah, no, they really don't. And right now, there's a lot of the new builds going on over there.
And I can remember when one of our agents had a listing in Larkinville, a couple of streets over, and it was cheap. I mean, I can say that. Well, it was inexpensive. No, it was cheap.
Yeah.
And it was probably a fortune by comparison to what the people paid for it before they sold it.
Yeah,
it was a little bit of a flip. And they're going to get $100,000 more for that silly little house now than 3 or 4 years ago.
Yep.
I'm thinking, Larkinville, yeah.
Yeah, you can still find good deals in that area too, for investment purposes.
Speaking of good deals, they just had the parade. What they call the real parade. The one that's the first ward. The other one is the phony parade.
It's a wild parade.
Yeah, it's a serious thing. But yeah, the first ward's really come along. And I always thought the first one was cool even before anyone else thought it was cool. Now, I wasn't living there, but I said, this neighborhood could really come back. I mean, now, the problem with the first ward is the houses don't necessarily have intrinsic value. You're not going to find a lot of houses that have the big mahogany doors. This thing. You're going to find they were like more workers' houses. Yeah. But they're still good houses, but they're affordable. And the other thing that's cool about it is, man, you are right downtown.
Oh, yeah.
You are bingo. You're right there. So that's not a bad place to actually think about.
Did you make it out this past weekend?
No, I don't do the Irish thing.
Well, the weather was cold.
Awful.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I felt bad for the kids. And
it was awful. But one of the things that is really funny is there was a parade yesterday in Lackawanna. They bill it as the shortest parade in the world, I think. It's 98 steps. It goes from Basilica to Lackawanna City Hall.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're doing a new City Hall, so now it's going to be like 105.
Oh, geez. Couple extra steps.
And they had Brian Higgins out there, all the big shots, and I said, yeah, it goes from the Basilica, and the priest walks along. I said, that's kind of cute, but it's over.
Yep, done. Quick.
98 steps.
Wow, so we had 3 parades for St.
Yeah, like our parades.
Yep.
I can remember going to a parade in East Aurora. It may have been for Memorial Day. It was one of the offbeat things. And by the time, I thought it was about 4 at the time. She was on my shoulders. I remember, I said, we're going to the parade. We're going to the parade. She said, we're going to the parade. We're going to the parade. We got to the parade. It was over.
Oh, really?
It was like 98 steps. It was like, where was it? Oh, there was
that
a parade.
one.
You missed it. Yeah, you had to get there early.
Yeah.
A mini parade.
Yeah.
So, and those are the kind of colorful things I think really make Western New York just a fun town to live in.
Yeah.
It's a fun town.
Yep.
And the food is great. And I'm always shocked that we have, we're doing this live. We have people walking around. It's a beautiful thing. But there's just so many interesting things and so many great restaurants.
Yeah, now we're getting into summer.
And it's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah, the festivals. I mean, Wing Fest is coming up. We have
the Smelt Fest.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody about the Smelt Fest this morning. Do you know about that?
No.
It's in Lewiston.
Okay.
I think it's in September. And I love smelts. And Bobby J's has the best smelts in town. I mean, it's one of their specialties. But I'd rather have their smelts than a regular fish fry, to tell you the truth. But they cook the smelts that they get from the lake. They cook them right at the dock. And there's a little lady who's the smelt queen, and they have a little crown for her, and she's got to be like 135 years old. I mean, she's old.
That's it?
Yeah, she's old. But I made sure I got my picture with the smelt queen. And that's one of the festivals.
Yeah.
Every weekend there's at least one festival in this town.
Yep.
And if you're looking for things to do and you can't find something, you just ain't looking.
Yeah, you gotta look in Buffalo Rising and Spree
They're
and
just-
stuff like
they're
that.
just
They
everywhere.
post everywhere. Yep.
Everywhere.
Facebook has a bunch of
It's
groups.
like, it's sometimes it's like, I wish I could go to this one, but I'm going to this one.
Yeah, the opposite ends of the town at the
Yeah.
same time. Can't do both.
And there's the other cool things that we have that people just take for, like Rhinestone Woods.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
No.
It's an ancient forest. And there's not a lot of them. There's another ancient forest up in the Adirondacks. But it's untouched for like forever. No one's ever gone in there to do anything. Now you say, well, what's the big deal? Well, there's plants in there that are endangered species.
Wow.
And it's in Cheektowaga.
Really?
Yeah, they finally put a sign up on the thruway, Rhinestone Woods exit. You get off just before William Street, I think.
Okay, so on Walden. Walden's the one
Como.
before.
I think it's off of Como.
Okay.
I think. But it's in Cheektowaga, and you have some expensive houses, some subdivisions right around it. But it's this horticultural island
Wow.
of.
Is it acres?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. Oh, yeah, it's probably a couple hundred acres, and you
wow.
can go in there, and it's a nice thing to like take the grandkids to. So it's one of the things on my bucket list this summer to take the grandkids, because all these big trees and
the growth has to be pretty
the growth
impressive.
Is amazing,
yeah,
because it's
never been touched.
No one's ever touched it. No one's ever got in there.
So it's a protected.
It's protected. Yeah. And I can remember getting the 10-cent tour by somebody, and they're pointing out all the things that you can't touch that because it's endangered. You can't touch that because it's endangered.
No, you told me I want to touch it.
But yeah, it'd be like, saying it's coming because mastodons,
oh yeah,
which were around for recorded history. I mean, when the Egyptians were around, they were mastodons in ancient history. But
that's crazy.
So yeah,
a lot of stuff to do around here.
And that's why people like living here.
Yep.
And you're going to continue to, I think, for the next couple of years, you're going to continue to see prices not only holding but going up. It's a solid place. One of the things I learned when I first moved up here 4 years ago, your investment, they used to talk about ROI, return on investment, and here they would say, no, it's return of investment. If you pay 100, you're going to get your 100 out. Now, you'd like a little extra, like, could I get 103? and typically you'd get 3% appreciation every year, like clockwork. You didn't have the double-digit appreciation, but the last few years we did. We enjoyed that run, but in the meantime, you're still going to get that return of your investment. Very rarely do you hear somebody losing money here, and you almost have to make a conscious choice to do that. I don't know why you would do that.
Or extreme, like life situations where you got to buy and sell within a year.
Oh, yeah, and I was like, when I wrote my first book, I said, always remember the 5-year rule. If you're going to buy, hold it for at least 5 years. Why? In any market, you're going to go in and have closing costs. You're going to go out and have closing costs. And if you add up the two, let's say you had 10% appreciation. Well, your closing costs were more than that on both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you just wait.
So you would have just eaten that up. So just
think of that. Just keep that in mind.
It's a good rule. Is it infallible? No, but it's a very good rule of thumb.
Absolutely.
And typically, and the other thing is, if you sell in under 2 years, well,
it could be subject to the capital
gains.
gains.
Capital gains, because now you could be considered a dealer. So
15%.
And that's a hit.
Yeah, big time.
That's a big hit. And I did have a client that did that a year ago. I said, "Can you hang in for another 6 months here? Because you're going to take a hit." He says, "I can't."
Yeah. That's so. Those are the
certain. And he made a profit. I mean, he made $95,000, but he had to pay taxes on it, which you wouldn't have had to. So, which is the reason why you want to talk to a good real estate agent.
Yes,
they protect you from yourself when you want to do things.
So we try. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And that's why I think our message is good, because we're not going to tell you what you want to hear.
No.
What you need to know. We're going to get through all the crap that I thought it was this. And said, no, sit down. Let me explain how this works.
Yep.
And then you make your opinions and your judgments accordingly.
More educated.
Well, if you're a doctor, I mean, I'm the real estate doctor. If you got cancer, I'm going to say, listen, you got cancer. These are your options here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, well, it's really a cold. Take some tea with whiskey and honey, and you'll feel better. Maybe you'll feel good, but it's not going to be very much to cure you.
No, absolutely
So
not.
we got to give you the real story, and I'd like to think that people want the real story.
Yeah, I think it's refreshing. I think especially nowadays.
It's refreshing. It's like it shouldn't be refreshing. Everyone should be doing this, but they're not.
So here we are.
And that's what we do.
Yep.
Weather is changing finally.
Yep.
You were telling me about what's going on.
Yeah, I mean nationally, there's a massive heat wave going on right now, and they're talking well over 100 in Phoenix.
Over 100, but it's only March.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long summer if it starts now.
It's a part of the country I have not been to is the West. I've been to California. I've done the whole coast, but other than Vegas, I haven't been to Wyoming or Arizona,
New Mexico, Utah out there.
I've been there.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, but I always think there's something somewhat unnatural about living in the desert, especially since there's no water there and they have to get the water in from the Columbia River or wherever. Because what happens if the water runs out? Well, you got a problem.
Yeah, no, I mean you definitely pay a lot more for water out there too.
And you pay well, yeah. And it was one of the things I can remember when I first moved to Western New York. I looked at things, I looked at prices of things, and I said, this is not a bad place to live because why? They are within 20 minutes of the largest collection of fresh water in the free world.
Mm-hmm.
And one day water is going to be a thing.
Hot commodity, yeah.
It's going to be a hot commodity. And it is. Yep. And you go to places like the Cape Cod, water's an issue.
Yeah.
We
don't have that.
We don't have that.
Not here.
Not yet.
No, hopefully not.
We have lead in our pipes.
Yeah. Yeah. But, a lot of places do.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
thanks.
our message.
Yeah.
We come and talk to us. You want to buy a house? The home show is over, but we're not.
Yep.
This show is still on.
We're going to keep going here.
We are here to help you get real estate and live happily ever after. I'm Brendan Cunningham, the real estate doctor.
Yep. Please like, follow, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.
Remember, to get together, we are
those real estate guys.